Hey guys, how are you? Jason.
And Julia.
At the moment, we've got a bit of a technical issue going on with our guest at the moment, but hopefully we might be able to get this fixed, and she should be on pretty soon. Hi, whoever's watching. Very soon our guest will be here. Say hello in the room and tell us who you are.
I wonder if it's going to get on.
So yeah, so we are just waiting for our guest. As I said, hello everybody for watching. Yeah, tell us who's watching. What's 3 guests so far? Wow. So we are just waiting for our guest to come through. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Stephen, how are you, buddy?
Hope everyone's coping on lockdown too. We know how boring it must be.
Hey, how are you?
Hello. How are you, Amanda?
We are
Hi,
just waiting for our
Stephen.
guest.
Yeah,
Hopefully they get the fixed up.
Yeah, we're just working out a few technical issues. So we're hoping that we can connect soon. Anyway, I want to tell you a little bit about our guests.
It's been a long lockdown, guys. It has been a very long lockdown.
It's been too long. Ghostly Whispers Paranormal is a team in Queensland, husband and wife team. They were originally called Northern Rivers Paranormal Investigations, but they've moved up to Queensland, so now they're Ghostly Whispers. Really good team. They have their own YouTube channel, so look them up, like, share, and subscribe, of course. And they've got really good content in their shows. So we were just going to chat to them tonight about some of their investigations that they've done, how they started, and, you know, if anyone wanted to be a ghost hunter themselves, what advice would they give, and maybe what favourite equipment they like to use when having their investigation. So if any of you guys have got questions for us, shoot away while we're waiting.
Could be some ghost in the machine.
Could be.
Oh, you never know these days.
It's a strange world.
So yeah, we just wait for our guest to come on, and hopefully they get a little fixed up. Hey, Amanda.
Hello.
Hey, sis. So yeah, anybody got any questions for us as we wait for our guest to get on and fix up their problem on their side?
Feels kind of strange, just us.
Yeah, I know, it does, eh? We're just having a guest in here and say, yeah, we're not used to yeah. Just hopefully they'll get on soon and fix up their little problem.
She sent me the stream thing again.
Just hopefully our guest gets it fixed up soon, guys. So yeah. So how's everybody handling their lockdown? How's it all going for you guys? No nuts. Hey, Alan.
Pleased to see you on.
How are you, Alan? We'll just wait for our guest to come on because, yeah, they're having technical issues getting on.
Still trying.
Hey, Mark. How are you, buddy? Good to see you, Alan. Good to see everybody coming through. Which, as I said, we are. I was just waiting for our guest to come on.
And we thank you all for being here tonight and every week and watching our shows. Hope we're not too boring.
Lockdown in Adelaide. Oh, how lucky are you, Alan?
Lucky you, Alan.
Well, over this lockdown, we want to go ghost hunting.
Yeah. We're very tempted to sneak out in the middle of the night with a mask on, of course. So I'm wondering if you need to maybe give her a call and try and guide her through it.
No. If she downloads Chrome and then clicks on the link, she should be able to get on. It said it was asking for Chrome. She's got Chrome on the computer. It should connect. On her phone, it should connect.
Yeah.
Lovely. You're so lucky that you guys are not in lockdown there, Alan. So lucky.
Don't. Skype, that's mean. Oh, look. You know, it's just our turn this year. Victoria's had it long and hard. They had 4 months of it last year, 6 times, all up in total. So, you know, we've just got to cop it on the chin. It's just bad luck.
As soon as we get that window that we can go out, watch how fast we go out and do some ghost hunts. Even Julia even got me some cat balls to try.
Yeah, I've got some glowing cat balls. And we're going to add to our collection to make things a little bit more interesting. But I can't wait to just go out and explore some new places.
On the road. G'day on the road, buddy.
Hi,
how are you?
Jeff.
It helps. She's trying. She's just got to turn her camera on. That's all she has to do.
But if she's doing it on a phone, she should have camera on it.
Yeah. Oh, it's not quite connected. And Alan, how's Karen going? Yeah, Jeff.
I don't know how else I'm going to do
Hey,
this.
Mark.
Hey, Mark.
We were just trying to get our guest on. We're just waiting for her. Wait for them to get on because they're struggling. Itching to get to Woodward in the other areas. So we, mate.
Yeah, so we. And I've even got some ideas for us, Jeff, if you want to do one with us. You know, talking about doing a YouTube together with On the Road Australia, another paranormal investigator, Sydney sider like us.
The joys of Zoom chats.
Yeah, so got some plans. So
I can't even connect it for her.
no, I wish I could.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
It'd be good to catch up with you, Jeff, too, mate. Have a great chat and go through some things together.
I look a bit weird on the telly.
Well, if you see us looking up, it's what it is. We've got the TV on behind us, and so we can see to make sure it looks okay.
Hi, Fairy. How are you tonight?
Tell us your secret ghost encounter. Oh, he's interviewing us now.
So you're scariest.
Probably when I was at the quarantine station, probably the only time I've basically jumped out of my skin is when I was down at the wash shed. I was coming around the back of the wash shed, and I wasn't expecting to see anything. And as I've come around, there was over a 6-foot shadow. I almost walked straight into it, and I stopped and took a big step back, and on the corner of my eye, I saw one of my old teammates. He was legging it. He left me for dust. So then my heart was beating, but the time I went for my camera and got my camera up, it was gone. So that's probably for me my most scariest time ever. Being a ghost hunter for so long. And what about you?
Probably the night we went to a cemetery not far from here, Ebenezer. It's very scary. It's an old schoolhouse and cemetery, and it's one of the earliest churches. You might have to help her because she's still having problems. She doesn't understand it.
Okay, I'll be back, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do some bit of talking and let Julia jump in.
So anyway, it's a church and cemetery. St. John's Anglican, I think, is one of the oldest churches in Australia. Anyway, it's really creepy at night. Guaranteed to always have action. And I heard footsteps, so I thought I'd be brave and start walking towards where I heard the footsteps. The next minute I heard this horrible growl, and this tree branch fell out of the tree and just started falling down and landed near my feet. It was like a sign to get out of there. And we actually caught a full apparition on camera standing behind the hedge watching us. So that was pretty freaky to me because I could have got hurt by the tree. So it is beautiful, Jeff. It's really lovely during the day, but at night time it's all fun and games, I can assure you. I even get nervous going out there at night. Hi, Karen. How are you tonight? Yeah, there's lots of convict graves. We've actually got a picture of the caretakers at the window at the church. There's a black and white photo in the schoolhouse of the caretakers, and the apparition that we've got at the window is the same face as in our photo. It was pretty weird. No, look, it's in the middle of the bush. No one really pays attention to you at night. It's pretty secluded. And I have to go to watch for the kangaroos. And there's one ghost that'll try and lure you to the river. Yeah, so if you get an urge to go to the river, don't go there. You'll just start following it out to the river. Have you ever had anything follow you home? Not really. We tend to do protection before or after before we do some prayers, and we do some protection, and then after the investigation we also do some prayers, and we don't want any spirits following us home, otherwise we'll end up having problems because not all spirits are nice. I haven't had anything follow me home, have you?
No, I have nothing follow me home. I've been lucky in that vote. When I first started, I was an idiot. I must admit that. I put my hand up. I did things that I shouldn't have done, but since then I've calmed down my approach to what I do in spirits. Hello, Jody.
Oh, hi, Jody. How's things down there? We miss you.
Yeah, I've
been getting some great
pickups at home.
Yeah, just be a little bit careful there, Jeff. I know you're trying to contact your family, but remember, negative entities don't always, they can impersonate your family and make you believe it's them. So that's the only thing you've got to be really careful of. We, as a rule, don't do any investigations at home because, like I said, we don't fully trust spirits because if they're not nice, they're not going to tell you they're not nice. They're going to act like grandma or someone that you trust.
I'm pretty well protected here, he's saying.
That's good. That's good to know. And I've seen you grow so well on your YouTubes. On the Road Australia has his own YouTube channel.
Example, excellent live. Checking on your equipment bridge.
Hi, guys. You must Lead an exciting life. Check out Elephant Bridge Hotel, Darlington, Victoria, when you can. You won't be disappointed. Definitely,
Okay.
Robin.
Well,
Thanks for the tip.
We'll write that down.
There's so many places we want to check out, but unfortunately we can't cross any borders at this stage. But even to go out in the country, there's places I want to see. So there's so much stuff and places.
Yeah, we've got a few places, towns that have got nobody lives in there. And
there's a couple of ghost towns we want to check out.
Yeah, and you only get there by
they're
four-wheel
only
drive.
accessible by four-wheel drive, so we've just recently bought one.
Yeah.
So we can go and check them out.
Once we get out of this lockdown, that's for sure. Protection everywhere. That's for sure.
Yeah. And you don't have to do any hard or fast rules. It's whatever you believe in. You just always ask to be covered by the light of the angels or, whoever you believe in, and ask to keep you safe and protected while you investigate.
That's it. So has anybody got any good stories as we wait for our guest? She's still having a lot of problems on her side. So we're just hoping she gets it fixed. If not, we might bring
Yeah.
You can send him the link. Hey, Jeff, are you doing anything at this moment, mate?
Besides talking to us.
After lockdown. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Hi, Kanga.
Hey, Kanga Blue.
Pleased to see you on.
Hey, Jeff.
We're just waiting for our guest.
Yep.
She's having a few technical issues.
Cooking dinner with in one hand.
That's cool. Any other questions?
Yeah.
What's a place that you'd like us to go and investigate in?
Yeah. Tell us.
Besides the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely going to take that tip, Robin.
Yeah, tell us a place where you like us to go and check out. 7 on Facebook and 14 on the Ghost Hunt page. Karen John. Hey. So yeah, tell us a place that you'll like us to check out. What's this? Walkway, pathway.
You know what? We did that. And I was thinking, because it didn't work with us, maybe because it was me in the car. I've heard this girl likes to jump in the car. It's an urban legend, whoever doesn't understand Wakehurst Parkway. It's a stretch of road that goes in northern Sydney. And it's part of it goes through a national park, and it's very dark. Anyway, there's an urban legend that a girl who has been killed, I think, or murdered somewhere nearby will hop in the car and create to you to have an accident. And there's also a nun that sits at the back of the car, and they'll just appear when you're driving. But we tried it one night. We drove up and down the road, even stopped at the park. We saw nothing but homeless people sleeping and camping.
Try to scare us with the lights. He come down and he saw Julia, but didn't see me on the side of him. And he's got this light. And I basically said, I can see you. And he stopped and ran back to his little where he was sleeping. So I don't think he expected me to be where I was.
Yeah. Anyway, nothing happened. So I did see your video, Jeff, and I thought that was pretty cool. You had a lot of evidence. So I think Jason might have to go and venture out alone.
Have we been to Janine?
Janine, I have. Hi, Silly. It's got its history. I don't think it's the most haunted place I've ever been to.
Yeah. This one here, let's bring it up. Let's go back to Lapston Hotel. That's one of my security guard mates.
Hello.
Okay, come up here for you to read this one. Wait for it to come up. There you go.
southwest of Charters Towers. There's 2 graves on site. I spent a week out there, and the camp person reported lots of strange things happening. Oh, wow. Sounds really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
that's
sounds
in
cool.
South Australia, isn't it? Charters Towers?
I think so. Did you come across ghosts with a good presence? My old house always feels really safe and protected.
Yeah, look, this house that we're in now has got a beautiful vibe. We've had a lot of luck since living here, so I feel it's a very warm presence. But then the last house that we lived in wasn't a very friendly place. There was hauntings going on in there, furniture being upended, footsteps going to the front door, and even we've got 4 cats, as you can see. They would go to the front door waiting for someone to come in, but no one would come in the door or knock on it. And when we looked, there was no one there.
Cemetery?
So not, but yeah, look, I believe that some houses, you probably have a lot of protective spirits around you too.
Charlestown's in North Queensland.
Okay, Charter Towers. I knew it was interstate. I love this and wish I could join unemployed. We don't get paid for what we do, Tanya. We do this out of love.
Yeah.
This is a love job, so you don't get paid. We both have normal jobs.
Yep.
And we do our investigations around our work hours and on our days off. If we do private investigations in people's homes, not only are they confidential, but we don't get paid for it. It's all volunteer. It's all to help others. And even with the tubes, everything, all the editing and the software that we use and the equipment is all stuff that we've bought out of our own money. We don't get paid to do any of it.
Yeah.
So, so it's definitely a love jobby. So it'd be great if we could get paid to go ghost hunting.
Jenny Dixon Beach, Central Coast.
Yes, I've heard about that place. That's something I was going to tick on my list. I've heard of that one. That's over near Nora Head, if anyone wants to know where Jenny Dixon Beach is. It's got a lot of hauntings there. It's near a lighthouse. There was a shipwreck years ago with a lot of souls lost on the beach. Yeah. And there's another urban legend about a woman too in a cemetery nearby.
What's your favourite cemetery? What do you think of it?
Rookwood. Mixed kettle of fish, I can say. It's a very big cemetery. And the last video we did, the souls were pretty friendly down near the vaults, the older vaults. But over where the Italian vaults are, they're never friendly there. I've always had a creepy feel. Depends where you are. I've been told, Jason and I have been told to bugger off so many times by spirits. I won't actually say what they said because I don't want to drop the F-bomb. But as a rule, they can be pretty hostile out there. They don't really like people going out there for some reason.
Don't know why.
Yeah, we've been told to get so many times.
I do home care. So I do it 100% kilometres a day.
Oh, very you like me. I used to do home care, but I actually work in a group home now.
The Jewish section is very active.
Yeah, look, I've walked through there. They're all active. It just depends what night, you know. And one thing I found with ghost hunting, you can go to the same place on a different night and it's a different feel altogether. Yeah. Like I've gone to Rookwood and it's felt flat some days. Some days, you know, you're looking over your shoulder every 5 minutes. And then same as any other place that you go to. You know, we've gone to places like Kapunda, which is reputedly really, really haunted. We stayed there for about 2-3 days and must have been during a flat time because we didn't get that much, really.
That's true.
So it's pretty calm.
Rookwood is another place I have to look at.
Thanks.
Even out of lockdown, there is an old pub which has haunted rooms.
Excellent. I really want to go there.
Yeah, sounds like my I'll have the spirits behind the bar, and I'll be able to have fun dealing with the spirits who haunt the place. It sounds fun.
Yeah.
That sounds like my upper alleyway. Still having troubles.
Thanks, Amanda. What about you guys? Where's a haunted place that you have been to that's freaked you out? We love all the scary stories, so don't be afraid to tell us.
If I make sure what she's doing.
Oh, they won't accept an email address.
Give her my one. So I just log in with my one.
Well, you have to know the.
No, she's not accepting her email, but she could put another email in there in the place of it. You know what I mean?
No. Now you've lost me.
Hang on, guys. Still trying to get our guest on.
Still trying to get our guest on. She's having a few problems. Norfolk Island would be great. Have you been there? Oh, hi, Teresa. Oh, wow.
Are we bringing up here so you can read it?
Well, kind of read it now. Arrowdale Ghost Tours. Yes, Amanda, when I go to Victoria, that's going to be the first thing on my list. I've always wanted to go.
I've totally used mine.
I've always wanted to go there. That's my dream. Do you know when I was a nurse, Amanda, my name was Ward. So I was J Ward. I really want to go there.
Did I offend you?
No, of course not.
No?
Takes a lot to offend me.
Yeah.
If I'm looking down at the screen, it's because I'm squinting. I'm trying to read the words.
Woodford Academy.
Yeah, I've heard about Woodford Academy. Alan will be able to tell you whether it's haunted or not. I've heard stories about that place, but I've never been there. I remember going to Port Arthur many moons ago, and the teacher thought it would be great to lock us in the solitary.
I could feel
fingers and briefs. Oh, that would have been terrifying.
That's great. Can you please
Thank you.
ask again about the museum section?
Muslim section. I haven't been. You know what? Look, Muslims as a rule, they don't really go for what we do. So I try to respect them even in death, and I never investigate that section. I just walk straight past it. So I couldn't tell you what it's like.
I offend lots of folks. All good. Laugh out loud.
No, you're right.
You're all right.
No one offends us. Mount Victoria Museum. Okay, yep, I've heard of that. Actually, there's another page, Barbara McMillan. She runs that tours through the museum.
The healthcare workers have thick skins. Oh, you guys do.
Look, because you come to work, you got eyes on your cheeks from not having enough sleep. You need a coffee. You walk in trying to be all bright and bubbly, and the first thing you get is a grumpy old person going, you know, and you're going to just put on a smile and go, la, 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 and carry on with your day and try and make them feel better when you really feel like sometimes biting your lip.
I see both of my aunt and then after they died.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't seen my dad, but I saw my mum once, and I get little signs that they're around.
House of Monte Cristo, Janine.
She didn't offend anyone. Water off a duck's back. That's correct.
Yep.
The House of Monte Cristo. Like I said, I've been there. I didn't think it was the most haunted, but then it could have been a flat day. like I said, all places, they have their good days and their bad days. Maybe the next time I go out there, I'll get the crap scared out of me.
Oh, Hendo's in.
So-
Nixie.
Hi, Nick.
What's good, boy? Here you go, Nick. Here you go, Nick and Hendo. They're all coming in. I get signs as well as warming about my dad.
Yeah.
I need
How's she going?
I've got one. Hang on a second.
Still trying to help our little friend connect.
We might have got her on because she's just getting something.
We've made contact.
Hopefully this works.
And we want to thank everyone for their patience. Sorry, it's been a bit boring.
I'm also getting my dogs coming through at night. Oh, okay.
Oh, cool. Your pets also have souls, so of course, sometimes they come back in spirit. Yeah, fairy. Oh, lovely, fairy.
Great place.
Yeah.
We just wait and see if she gets in, our little guest.
Yeah. Is it?
Bucket. Service station. Hang on, I'll just bring this up. Hang on. What was reading that?
It's a link. It's one that has a lot of activity, been there on bucket list. So I'll have to look at the link later, Therese. Thank you so
Or
much.
if you like, just send it to us on our Facebook page, on the Jason Ghost Hunter, and we'll have a look. What is the scariest place you've been to?
Like I said, Ebenezer Cemetery / Schoolhouse Church. That place definitely has a vibe. It is something on our list to do again at night. But yeah, I'm even nervous thinking about it because every time I've been there, I've had nothing but exciting drama.
Oh, she's coming through. Here she is. Woohoo! We got her.
And thank you, everyone.
There she is. Yay!
I'm using my phone.
Oh, we got an echo.
Oh,
Yep.
we got to
Yeah.
turn that off. Okay.
Yeah.
No more
That's
echo.
Okay, everybody, welcome our guest
Thank
from up
you.
there in Queensland. Like to introduce yourselves.
I'm Madeliene,
Well, and I'm Robert.
and we are from Ghostly Whispers Paranormal.
Thank you for coming on, guys. I'm sorry about all the problems we've had.
Oh, thank you for being so patient.
No, it's all right. Thank you to our visitors. Look, Ghostly Whispers, you're originally Northern Rivers Paranormal Investigators?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Was that what the team was called?
Well, we used to be NRI, Northern Rivers Paranormal Investigators, but then we changed.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And now you're Paranormal Whisper. Was it? Yeah, Ghostly Whispers Paranormal. My brain's just left me for a sec because you moved to Queensland.
Yeah.
So how are you liking it up there besides the lockdown?
Well, we don't have a.
They just released us today.
Yeah,
You never know when it's.
we still rules.
I can just hear
You
you.
just might have to hold the phone and just talk a little bit louder.
Okay.
Okay, we
That's
were.
better.
Yeah,
Okay, we're not locked down, but we still have.
Steph, it's me too.
I've got
Um,
a very small screen here on the phone. Can you see
That's
us all
right.
right?
We
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see you fine.
Okay.
See you fine. So I just was going to say, Ghostly Whispers have their own YouTube channel. Please check out their content, everyone. You've done amazing places. I've been checking out some of them myself. We're going to put the link on Jason Ghost Hunter page after the interview, so people can check out your channel, like, share, and subscribe, everyone. What I was going to say is, we were just discussing, what's the most creepiest place that you've investigated?
I think it was Ernest Jungle
Yeah.
at the Gold
Yeah,
Coast.
that was
Have
a-
you ever been there?
No.
It's got a pretty creepy history there.
Yeah.
Has
I think-
it?
A lot of devil worshiping and a lot of different things going
Oh.
on there. It's got
Is
a long
that Magic Mountain?
No,
No.
no. Actually, it's on the Gold Coast, but it's kind of central to the Gold Coast, and it's just off the freeway. And if you know where you're going, it's easy to find. But I've never known it actually. I was living on the Gold Coast for a while, so it's kind of in a funny little spot, but you can get there. It's an
Wow.
abandoned tunnel that used to be a train tunnel.
Haunted
Oh,
Down
wow.
Under did, Haunted Down Under did a video on that place. If you ever watched
So
it.
what happened to you there when you went there?
Well, nothing really happened. We just, I don't know, just the creepy feeling just walking through there. And then we checked our video, for audio, and we had some creepy EVPs on it. We didn't have the SB7. It just the EVP through the camera, so that was pretty cool.
Well, originally we were going to stay away from some places like that, but
Yeah.
we end up deciding we'll do it. So it kind of got on our mind a little bit that that was within our
Definitely
reach.
would do that one day, Annika.
Yeah.
I was
Can you
just
hear us
answering the
fine?
question. I can just hear you. You
Just
kind of
talk-
come in and out.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Annika, yes, one day we'll be going to New Zealand, but we'll definitely be up for it, for sure. Actually, my auntie had a crying boy and a crying girl painting, but she never had any problems.
Yeah.
Um,
So, a question for you: what made you get into the ghost hunting?
Well, I think with me it was just when I was working in a hospital. I've always been interested in the paranormal, but working in a hospital, I actually saw an apparition, and it was really creepy. I was working at night. I was sitting next to a patient, and I sort of dozed off just for a few seconds, as a lot of us do. And I saw this older man in front of me. He was dressed in like old, fashion clothes, and he had a bright light around him. And it was only for a few seconds, and it was gone. And I,
Well, he was looking over a lady that Madeliene was
yeah,
caring for.
yeah, very sick old lady. But after that, I got into watching a lot of ghost hunting shows. Was it the one that go with
Zach?
Yeah, Zach Bagan?
yeah.
And then I got into watching other ghost hunting shows. Unfortunately, some of the shows I watched, I found out later were just, you know,
Playing it up a bit.
yeah,
I guess there's money in that.
yeah,
Yeah.
We
And
try our
it's
best to keep it real.
and same with us. I mean, people can like or hate our videos. We keep it as real as it is. We like the history
yeah,
part of it too. Before we did our videos, well, before I met Jason, I was also a nurse and had some paranormal experiences. I've been a medium since I was a small child, so I've always had the gift.
yeah,
Sometimes it can be a curse too. Um, but I used to love just going to cemeteries on my days off and looking up the history of the people buried there because I found it always so interesting.
yeah,
And when I met Jason, he was already a paranormal investigator, so we just merged. So now we
yeah.
have the best of both worlds.
Well, yeah, Robert had an interesting experience when he was younger. I don't know if you want to tell him about
Oh,
it.
it's just a friend and I. We actually went to a place that's supposed to be well known for seeing an apparition called the White Witch, and
Oh, wow.
we were told where to go, and we went out there and we were flashing our lights and honking our horn, and this was like at midnight, and this was a very rural, nobody's out in this kind of an area, and all of a sudden somebody came jogging by in like normal street clothes and um, didn't even seem like he even saw us. Just sort of kind of went by, and we're all just sort of our mouths are open and wonder what the heck we just saw. But we don't think it really was a living person. So it was something of an apparition, but it was a pretty good one there. But it's a
Yeah.
well known area for ghost hunters.
Wow.
So
It sounds like me at Callan Park.
this is actually in California.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
In Northern California, and it was an old gold mining town that's been abandoned.
Okay. Well, I know talking to Alan, he said that a lot of those mining towns where they had like minerals and iron and crystal and stuff like that, the elements in the ground actually work as a conduit, and that's why those places are so widely haunted.
Yeah. Well, there's been lots of sightings in the area that I was at, but yeah, I mean that had a general interest, kind of opened my eyes to the paranormal at that time, and it kind of got me thinking about certain things, and what you mentioned about going to the grave sites or graveyards has been kind of a passion also. And I've been to a couple old ones, even looking for older relatives of mine and things like that, and yeah, that's always been a big interest.
Yeah.
If anybody's got any questions they want to ask,
Madeliene and Robert.
ask away, and I think they'd be happy enough to answer some questions.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are down in the Sydney area, right?
Yes,
we are.
Okay.
We're in the contaminated land down here.
Yeah, it's a tough world now.
I used to live in Sydney many years ago.
I met her in DY.
Oh, okay, down near the beach.
Northern Beaches, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they've had their fair share of COVID this year. Seems to start around Bondi, all around there. I think there's a lot of backpackers get there.
Yeah.
She has family still in Avalon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Avalon's a beautiful place.
They've been there since, I think, the 60s.
There's too many people there now.
Yeah,
I've just got a question
crowded.
coming up. Sorry. I'm just going to quickly read it.
It should be coming up.
I'm exactly the same. Next to always. Yeah. Yeah, Tanya, I've loved cemeteries since I was a young girl. Even from a young child, I could see spirit. I used to be terrified of the dark when I was a child because they would come in my room. And, basically I'd be scared because I was a kid. So I'd be
Yeah.
trying to hide with my blanket and have my night light on. And Mum and Dad probably shrugged them off as nightmares when I was a kid. And then as I got older, they thought I was needing a shrink.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
only when I got in my 20s that I moved. Actually, one of my homes next door was a spiritualist. And she opened my eyes to how normal it all was. But for years, I tried to fight it. I used to pray when I used to see things that it'd go away.
Yeah.
Way too many people there now.
Yeah,
I'm not scared of my name come
no.
to me in my
Um,
bright white light.
So what else was I going to
Oh.
ask? What's your favourite equipment that you like to use when you're on investigations?
I like to use the SB7, but I know it's a bit noisy. I like all of them, the K2, and I'm still not so good with the SLS. I'm sort of leaning away from the apps, the phone apps, the Necrophonic app and the SLS app on the phone.
I find the necrophonic sometimes is hard to work out what words are coming through.
Yeah.
Because it has a lot of distorted sounds to try and make it sound creepy.
Yeah.
And I find with the Ghost Tube app, it can take a long time to even get one word,
Yeah.
even though it has been accurate. We've got another question.
It's saying something about a parent's home. Still come up in a minute.
Um,
There it is.
Okay. My house was when I stayed over at my parents a few months ago. Well,
What can I do to stop these things happening so the house can be livable again?
okay. Try blessing the house. Sage is a good one. Do you have any tips on house cleansing, Madeliene?
I have used Sage, but I find that we have spirits in this house, and we sort of don't worry about it.
I've never worried too much about spirits, but
I don't feel anything negative.
I know some people do have problems with some bad energy.
Yeah.
So we haven't experienced that. Besides, on our investigations, we've had a lot of interesting things. And Madeliene has been asked for a cleansing when we were down in the Northern Rivers.
Yeah.
And I think they did have success with that.
I think that if you're not too worried about it, if you're not scared, I think you can. I feel that there's spirits everywhere, and you can live with them, And I think it's okay. I do have a few things that happens, like my chest of drawer. I have a haunted chest of drawer.
Ghost Radio, does that help or hinder?
I missed that.
Well, I don't think using EVP, ghost detector, or ghost radio, does it help or hinder if it's in your house? Is that what you're referring to, Tanya? Look, I don't think it's a good way to find out if you have got something in your house. I know a trick I've used to cleanse my house for the people listening, and it was taught to me by a medium in a spiritualist church years ago. It's been a method I've always used. You get a bag of salt, can be rock salt or just pure salt. You can get it from the supermarket, just a bag of salt. Don't use the pink stuff like the Himalayan salt and all that. That doesn't work. Just get the pure salt. What you have to do is start in one room. It's got to be clockwise. You put salt in every corner of the room, so in each corner, and then you say the 23rd Psalm out of the Bible. And then you do the same in the next room and the next room and the next room, and then eventually the four corners of your yard. Finally, I close it off with a prayer to Archangel Michael. And even if you want to double strength it, get some holy water from your local church. And then I make the sign of the cross at each door and window as I'm doing each room. It's never failed. I've cleansed houses like that for other people.
Yep.
I do it for myself. I know other people use sage or other types of things, but that's something that I've done. So if you have a haunting in your house that's causing you grief or you feeling a bit unsettled from it, that's a good way to cleanse it. There's salts from the earth, so it's pure.
There's a question coming up. But what can I use to speak to my loved ones that have passed?
Okay, well, you can speak to them anytime. You just talk to them, maybe ask a question and then leave your EVP player on it.
Yeah.
I don't use Ouija boards or anything like that. Some people do and safely do it. I wouldn't recommend them because I think you're not guaranteed who you're going to be talking to.
That's what we've shied away from that.
Yeah, they might say their grandma or someone that you love, but not necessarily so. And then once you've opened that portal, it's too late. You've got an issue.
I've always said be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
There's so many young people
You're able
out
to
there.
talk with spirits. Could you possibly send my parents a message? No, but others the streams that I'm sorry that I love them so much. It's okay. Well,
Yeah, look, we all deal with grief in our own way, and it's quite normal to miss and love your loved ones. But maybe talk to them and ask them to give you a sign in a way that you understand. It doesn't always have to be a voice. It could be something like a white feather or something that's meaningful for you that you will see, or even a song on the radio and you know that they're around you.
I think that's one thing that's nice for some people that are close to where they have lived with their families. Madeliene and I have a different situation where she came from Sweden and I came from California, and we both live up in Queensland. So we really do feel kind of separated from a lot of the, our family connections and things like that.
Yeah. Well, Jason and I are pretty much orphans. I was adopted by my grandparents who came from Germany. I never really knew my real mother, have no idea who my father is. And Jason obviously has not had a close relationship with his parents, as you know. I don't know if you've watched his movie or not, but he comes from a very dysfunctional background. So besides us, we have our children, and that's it, and our grandkids, and I've got a couple of sisters, so but I've got lots of beautiful friends like yourselves. You can't pick your family, you can pick your mates, so that's the way I always say.
I think we all have some strange family situations.
It's been 4 months.
So,
still
tell us about your channel and your page. How did it all start?
Well, it started off with my Facebook page. I was very interested in starting a YouTube channel, and at the time, my son's now ex-wife, she was part of the group. She and I were the ones that really started it. We just started going out filming and trying to sort of find out what's out there.
I got involved following that, but it's been a bit of an adventure. We'd go off to some really interesting locations, and that's it's now brought us in places throughout New South Wales, and been down to around Tasmania and many places in Queensland, and it's just been really exciting just to be involved in something that actually takes us to a lot of interesting places. Yeah, and we both get involved in the history part of it too.
Well, that's one of the things I like too is the history of the place, and not just ghost hunting,
No. Oh, I love
It
the
opens up
history.
a lot of interesting things.
Yeah.
So what's some of the most memorable places that you've investigated?
Tasmania, Port
Yeah.
Douglas. Oh, have you been there?
Port Douglas? No. Oh, look, I've
Port
been
Arthur.
to
Port
Tasmania.
Arthur.
Port Arthur.
Port Arthur. Have you
Well,
been there?
Oh, Port Arthur, yes. Yes. I've gone on a ghost tour there, but we haven't actually investigated.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it's
But we try our
beautiful.
best in the middle of the tour. We do our best. We're not following all the rules.
no. We
Do you
don't
know if
follow
you stay at the Port Arthur Motel, that you can go in and out on the complex by gate whenever you
Okay.
want?
We didn't know that.
We stayed close by. We've done a day and a night tour there, and
Yeah,
we've gone
that's what
out to
I've
the coal
done.
mines, and yeah, it was really interesting.
We met a lot of interesting people, and this is one of the things too that interests me with what we're doing is we meet so many nice people. When we went down to the expo, that was fantastic. We met so many people,
We were planning
including
on another
yourself.
one the following year,
No,
but
it was lovely.
Yeah.
We're hoping to be there in March. It just depends. Like, we don't know what's going on. Like, even this March we had credits for airline. We booked a trip to the Northern Territory in May the year before, but of course COVID cancelled it, and we only had 6 months to use the credit, because that's what they do. They don't give you your money back. They say you've got credit and you've got to use it in such and such time. And so we booked Darwin, and I think cluster started around January in Sydney, and it wasn't quite sure if we were going to be able to go interstate, so we had to wait until 2 weeks before to see if we could get a permit to go interstate. And that's basically what it's been like. Like we were supposed to be on holiday in a week's time, and we're going to come to Queensland, but that's not happening. So
yeah, it'd
we're
be
just
nice
living
someday.
day by day and not making too many plans, because we just don't want to get them foiled at the last minute.
Yeah.
We have family. I mean, I've got grandkids in Lismore, and I haven't seen them for a while because of this lockdown.
It's only 3 hours away, but there's a border there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I know. Well, same as us. My daughter and three of my grandchildren live half an hour down the road, but I can't visit them because they're in a hot spot, and I'm here. We're not allowed to leave 5 kilometres or visit, so we catch up on Skype.
Yeah.
It's not the same though, is it? You feel like you're missing out on so much.
Well, one of my friends was mentioning about 5 kilometers from your front door, and he had a picture of himself carrying his front door.
I saw that. We did sneak out and do a 3 a.m. lockdown video, but you know what? It was only a kilometre from our house, so we're in the 5 kilometre radius, and there was no one there at 3 a.m, so we thought we're pretty safe. So
you may have more within that distance where you are. For us, sometimes it takes a little ways to get somewhere. So we're about 90 minutes out of Brisbane, west of Brisbane, kind of between Ipswich and Toowoomba. So, I mean, it's a half an hour to go to either one of those larger areas.
Yeah.
Our last investigation was at Boggo Road Jail.
I've heard about that place. Was it good?
Oh, it was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We did a ghost tour there, and there's so much history.
A downtown city jail.
Yeah.
A little bit different.
Okay. Well, something we want to try in the future.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
so many places we want to explore.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot.
There is.
I wanted to say something when you were talking about one of the places up in northern Queensland.
Yeah, for sure.
Charter Towers. we've been to Charter Towers, but we didn't do an investigation. We drove through the area once, but yeah, I'd love to go back up there.
Another place I've heard is haunted up there is Bowen.
I would imagine a lot of those places.
Didn't we go there once?
Well, that's just a little below Cairns, above Townsville. But yeah, we've been through. But yeah.
One thing bothers me is when I lived in America for 4 years, I didn't do any ghost hunting.
We didn't think about this then.
That's true there, Karen. Let me tell you, there is no money to be made in the paranormal shows unless you are Ghost Adventures.
Yeah. Unless you're famous and out there, but we all do it for our love of ghost hunting. And, you know I do it personally as I want to show people proof that the other side does live on, that, it's not the end, and
Sonia's
also try and give them a voice.
Sony is from Bowen.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently it's very haunted there.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I guess
that's
One of the listeners is from Bowen.
Yeah, one of the listeners is
I know
from
a lot
Bowen.
of the places that they do have really old histories up
Long
there.
way to get milk and bread.
Yeah, there would have been a lot of labor forces brought into the area and a lot of different things going on. And yeah, unless you go there, you wouldn't know anything about it. But it'd be fun.
In Bowen now.
So what plans do you have for the future, like for future investigations?
Wow. I wanted to go down to Melbourne, but I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think Melbourne's been one she's talked about, but we've really, I guess it's put a lot of things as far as traveling a bit on hold at the moment. But I think that's for all of us.
Yeah.
But, my job is taking me away to a lot of
investigating in the USA.
Yeah, we're all in the same boat. Yeah. But there must be some places where you are in Queensland to explore when the restrictions are lifted, I should say.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have some local cemeteries I like to go to. I get a lot of EVPs just from using my camera. And, nothing has ever been negative.
No.
It's all good. And I always, try to respect and thank the spirits. And sometimes I get an EVP where a spirit says thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Well, I think a lot of the things you pick up will reflect what you're putting out there also. So if you're out there respecting everything and looking for a conversation and just being interested in what's going on, I think you usually would get a good response. So
I do believe that, and Madeliene, I've seen you always being respectful, and you've got like an angelic calm about you. Can I say that? I think they really respond to your energy. I do believe that, though. When I tend to talk to them through the ghost box, I get so many voices at once. I've got to ask them to slow down. And recently we were investigating, and we had that, and I asked them to slow down one at a time because there was one voice that kept coming through and answering me really intelligently, and I was trying to get that person's answer. And one was a bit rude, and I turned around and I said, look, you'll always have my respect, but I just asked for it back. And I even got a sorry come through. So, yeah.
Wow.
So that was pretty good. But, yeah, no, I always treat people with respect because I guess that's their resting place, their home, so to speak. So I don't want to walk in and start being rude.
Yeah, I always ask for permission. When I walk into the cemetery, I always ask if it's okay for me to be there to communicate with them. And I say thank you, but you can't follow me home.
no,
definitely not.
Well, I think with a lot of people that we've met with that are involved in paranormal have a lot of similar backgrounds, and a lot of it is caring for people with their jobs, like being nurses. Both of us are nurses.
Yeah,
And, it's in some of the general interests and just having kind of a caring disposition. I think it actually it creates a bit of an interest and in kind of a nice way, I guess, to be able to communicate with the spirit world.
for sure. I think it's comforting too. I think it's comforting when you have them respond to you to know that, they're still around. So,
Well, I feel like it's been a big thing for me being with Madeliene, doing a lot of this. She's obviously the front runner, and she actually creates a nice situation going out there. I've been to a few places on my own with some of my jobs in Darwin, Alice Springs, and Thursday Island, and I try to do it on my own sometimes, but I really feel like I kind of miss Madeleine's approach.
Oh, he did a good job at Thursday Island.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that video.
not yet. I don't think I have, but I will be. I try and catch up on everyone's videos in between shifts. There's so many I've got to catch up, but I have watched a few of yours and I've really enjoyed them. You went to a mental asylum not long ago.
Yeah.
It's been closed down now.
We-
It's just,
You know, we were told we couldn't be there, so we quickly did a little bit of filming and got out of there.
Took off.
Yeah, took off. Yeah.
We've got a question coming up.
No.
Sorry, no.
Well, it would be more interesting if I guess it wasn't that long back that you were able to kind of get into the building, and yeah, it's all shut down, and we try to do the best we could on the outside of the facility. So
You even went
Look, you're
to.
going to have spirits wandering around anyway. They're not always in the building. So
that's what we're looking for.
That's right.
yeah,
They everywhere.
they are. So, sometimes it's just as interesting to see the place and get the history, and then whatever activity you pick up is all just as good.
Yeah.
Nadal and I actually walked around the perimeter of a hospital that was demolished, and we had some pretty good EVPs just kind of walking around, and part of it was on a golf course. And
do you record videos with
Madeliene,
a
do you
camera or phone?
record your videos with a camera or with a phone?
Both. I like to use my camera, but my phone is just as good. So yeah, both.
And we use both too.
Yeah.
well, we've had a lot of different equipment that we've been experimenting with.
I have a drone. I haven't used it yet. I'm not very technical.
We haven't got one. Do you prefer night or day investigations?
Night, I do.
I do prefer night. It seems so calming and relaxing to walk through the cemetery.
I think too, it's easier to pick up things, isn't it? And plus, you get them to be able to play with the REM pod and stuff like that, and the cat balls.
Yeah, I bring a little doll sometimes. They seem
I
to
noticed your little dolly. We've got a teddy. We're going to have to bring him along. No. We've got a teddy bear.
We had one place we've gone a couple times at nighttime down in Lismore, and it was the old Lions Park, and we've really enjoyed going in there. But we had another investigator went in there, and he was so afraid from what was going on there that he ran out of the place. And,
oh wow!
We were kind of surprised that he went there without us, because he came from a little bit further up north. But
we did our very first video at the old Lions Park. It's just all very overgrown, and it has a very old sort of park bench from the days when they ran a what do they call a children's.
Well, they had a park there, but I mean it has a really old history back in the timber days and
There's
stuff. And it was a place where they used to do a lot of their work with some of the local, I guess, timber farms or whatever they not farms, but they had camps at that time. It's back in the 1800s.
A lot of children, they had a lot of children there, with swings and everything. And there's an urban legend that a little girl got hit by this swing and died. Don't know for sure. You can't find out anything about it. If you go and have a look at the library, it won't let you know anything about.
Yeah, it's a funny history.
So,
strange, funny.
But when we did our last video we did at the old Lions Park before we moved up here, we were just about finished with our filming, and the camera was still running, but we didn't pick anything up until we listened to the camera, and there was a little girl at the end saying, "Is anybody my age here?" A little girl's voice, and there was nobody there except for me, Robert, and two young boys who were investigating with us. So that was really interesting.
Yeah, for sure. What's the funniest thing that's happened when you've been on a ghost hunt? Like maybe some sort of foil, like I can tell you our story. Went to go ghost hunting at the local cemetery, and we took our little bear along. Anyway, our bear is Boo Bear that interacts and speaks.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we walk into the cemetery gates at night. I'm already on edge because I'm a scaredy cat and it's night time. And he's got the bear turned on, but I didn't know he had it on. And next minute I'm looking around at the graves and I hear this, "Hello," like this. I nearly shat my pants and ran back out, screamed. And he's turned around to swing, thinking someone's there, about to, like maybe a prowler or something. And then he just started laughing when he saw my face because I was didn't realize that the bear had been turned on. So that's our funny story. Do you have a funny story like that?
I don't know. I can't remember.
But we've had some that had brought out a lot of different emotions out there. But one, we had all our equipment went dead on us.
Oh, God.
All the batteries died out. It was a local cemetery, and I was actually kind of, a little bit upset about that. And Madeliene, she still her phone works, so she went out and she did a little shot with the phone.
I was desperate.
She goes. But later and it was kind of amazing how she just wanted to get out of the car and do something since we got out there, and she ended up picking up one of the most interesting apparition views that we've ever been able to film.
It's like a smoky sort of a apparition, and my son, he actually edited the video and he slowed it down, and it was like it was walking, but a lot of people wanted to question that and debunk it, and I answered. They asked, well, what was the weather like? Was it really cold? And when you breathe, you get
about 16 degrees, or there was just no reason to have what we saw out there.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people have
fallen over the graves, the blips, or investigated.
Yeah.
But it is good to debunk, and it's okay for other people to question, your evidence. I'm not. I don't get upset, because.
No, we like to debunk too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not everything you see is paranormal, and even when I get photos, I try and look and see, is that pareidolia or is it actually a phenomenon?
Yeah.
And I'm open to other people's opinions too. So
that's right.
Well, we've had some that's actually, because of comments, we had to go back out there and really trace it and look even closer into it.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, we do find, okay, well, there was, something that was out there, a certain kind of a
Yeah.
statue that looked like this. And
Debunked.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it,
for
it
sure.
looked really interesting on original photo.
Yeah.
So
if anyone
you
wanted
get some
to,
good ones.
so
Sorry.
if anyone wanted to start out as a paranormal investigator, what advice would you give them?
Oh, really?
Be true to yourself
Just see what you can find out there, and don't expect.
and be careful
anything.
what you ask for. We're talking about
Yeah,
the
might
Ouija
just come
board and
through.
all that.
Yep.
So-
Jeff's got a question for you, Madeliene. What's the clearest voice you've recorded, and what did it say?
What's the clearest voice?
A lot of them.
Okay, there was one I did at the cemetery, very close to here. Me and Rachel were walking around, and I said to Rachel, "Be careful! There's these little metal things sticking up. I think there are graves there, but they only have little markings." And a man's voice, comes out and say, "You can go to jail for that."
Good night,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Good night, Fairy.
I wasn't there.
No, you weren't
I don't know
there.
what you guys were getting into.
Yeah. But that was
What's
really
cool?
Incredible.
Really creepy, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's had
I
a lot
think
of
one
really
of the
good
clearest
responses.
ones we've had was that actual night where we took the bear along and I screamed after I got over it. We went and put the bear down at a gravesite next to an EVP recorder.
Yeah.
And we went for a walk down to the other side of the cemetery so it wouldn't pick up on us. And anyway, the bear asked different questions. And one of the questions it asked was, "What game do you like to play?" And this nasty voice came through straight after it and said, "Trick or treat."
Wow.
It was a real guttural sort of evil sort of voice.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Is that from your video?
No, we didn't have it on video. What we should do, because we're on lockdown, is maybe edit some EVPs and some photos that we've taken from investigations, because our channel's only brand new. He was an investigator for over 20 years. I was more of a spiritual person. I'd medium, read tarot cards, that kind of thing. But I was into cemeteries and I loved the genealogy of it.
Yeah.
And most of the tours in Sydney are already taken by other companies and groups. So we thought we'd just do a YouTube channel and use that as an opportunity to explore new places and share our experiences. So it's only brand new. We've only just started it, a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago now. So we're only newbies.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Well, Madeleine's been doing it for about 3 years, I think.
Yeah, I'm not as old as how long
But
you?
it's taken us to a lot of places, and it's really nice actually to look back at some of these, what we basically call adventures that we go on.
Yeah, look, I don't think it doesn't matter how many years you've done it. You're always learning something new. I learn off all the other teams that I've met and beautiful people that I've met like yourselves. Everybody's got some advice to share or some sort of trick of the trade, or whether it's editing or out on the field. I've learned a lot from our friends in Victoria in regards to protection and keeping myself safe on investigations for the nasty ones. You're always learning.
Yeah.
I think you should be paranormal researcher, not paranormal investigator.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's all part of it.
Yeah.
And
it's
a life
all part
experience.
Yeah, for sure. Is there any more questions from the groups?
Anybody like to ask any questions? Doesn't matter.
So basically what we do every Sunday, we just have a little chat and meet other people, invite other people to come along and chat, so the followers can see who you are, and and basically ask you questions, because they watch the tubes, but now they've got the opportunity to meet the people behind the tubes.
So don't forget, people to subscribe to her channel, subscribe to our channel, like the videos, comment on the videos. She does do some really good context videos there, guys. Check them all out, because I've been watching them here, and
we love feedback too. So if we've done something in a video that you think was great, or something you're not sure about, leave us a comment, because it's all about feedback.
She's desperate to hear from her mum. I haven't seen her comments come up.
Yeah.
What?
We're not doing readings on this channel. We're actually just interviewing other paranormal investigators.
Yeah, so today is not a reading day. Yes, we both mediums, but we're not doing any readings today.
Okay.
Well, one thing I think that's it's becoming more interesting is like getting to meet people like yourself, and whenever we can travel, it would be really interesting, go to one of your favorite locations.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like we would love to have you up in our area to go off.
We'd love to come up.
Yeah.
You know? That's what we're looking forward to. Road trips.
Yeah. No, it would be really nice. So that's why I think we're really open to be able to get out and be able to see some different areas. And it really does help if you can actually know people, that are associated with these areas.
Someone asked, which drone do I have? Is it?
You want me to get it?
That's from Jeff.
Yeah, I don't have it here. If you want to get it,
it's downstairs.
It's in the cupboard.
I'll grab it.
I haven't worked it out yet. I need my grandson to come and help me. Knowing me, he'll probably fly away somewhere, and I'll never see it again.
We do YouTubes to help us with our editing. We don't even know how we get our videos, and we've been doing step by step how to edit with the programs that we've downloaded, because we're, like I said, we're not, expertised in those areas either.
I'm just learning, because my son and his ex, they used to do the editing, and so I'm trying to learn myself right now, and it's not easy. It's easy for the younger ones.
I think the easiest part is the investigation, and then all the rest is
it's I'm sort of slowly putting things together. My grandson, he teaches me how to do it right now, but it's not easy.
Jeff wants to know, Brent, is was it what the hell was it? Which editing programs do we all use? At the moment, I'm using
we've just downloaded Movavi.
Yep.
We were recommended that by an American paranormal team. Go get them, girls. They've also got a channel. Please follow them.
Yeah.
But anyway, they recommended this software. So we're still learning that one. And before that, you had, was it Movie Time?
Movie Maker.
Movie Maker.
I've got Wondershare Fillmore. Is that Wondershare Fillmore? I don't know.
Which one do you use, Jeff?
Ballarat is good to investigate.
Yeah, Ballarat's an old town.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Ballarat's in Victoria. We can't get there.
Yeah, no, that's got a big history there.
Yeah. Oh, gold mining down there too.
Yeah.
Ballarat.
I have a daughter in South Australia. I would love to go down there and
yeah, we haven't been there for a long time.
Yeah.
South Australia is great.
Yeah.
I love it. Look, I love all of Australia. These Queensland places are great. There's lots of nice places in New South Wales that I haven't even seen yet, and I've been here all my life.
Yeah.
And Victoria's got some wonderful
I'm
places.
using
We just need these borders to open up so we can go and investigate them.
Well, hopefully soon.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I've
Yeah,
noticed with the COVID, it doesn't like the heat. So I'm hoping that it goes when spring hits, because it's always around winter that we get the second and third wave.
Kind of sounds like the flu, doesn't it?
It does, but it is real. I've just had my daughter's auntie in hospital with it. She was on life support.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I've had the normal flu. I'm still getting over it. That's why I had a coughing fit before. And it is real, but how it got in the country, no one knows.
Well, I think we've been pretty lucky in Queensland. We've had a lot less than a lot of people.
It's because it's a warmer state. I notice with the heat, it doesn't hang around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've sort of.
Adelaide gets cooked in summer. When you work on ICU, you realise how well. No, just wait.
Yeah, I know, but Madeleine's talking.
Sorry, Madeleine.
Oh, I mean, we're in the wintertime, but we'll still have days here that are 24 to 27, and you know, it's pretty nice up here.
Beautiful. The weather is perfect now.
I love Queensland. I've been dreaming of Queensland. I've been watching, different things, like planning to go there soon because I love the beaches there. I love the climate.
If you ever make it up here, we'll have a lot of things to look into.
Well, we're not
For
close
sure.
to the beach.
We're not close to the beach. Yeah.
No, I know you're more. I've been in Ipswich before. You're more out like an hour back, sort of towards the mountains.
We're in Lockyer Valley.
We're
kind of between the mountains,
ranges. Between Toowoomba and Ipswich.
Yeah.
Toowoomba is a great place.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah, Toowoomba has some interesting old history.
Oh yeah, it's very haunted there.
Cool.
No, awesome.
Even the old railway station was actually pretty interesting, just to walk around there and to be able to do some filming, and some of the cemeteries there are actually really old cemeteries. And yeah, they have an interesting feel. They're very
big.
Very worth looking into.
I know cemeteries are so cliche, but they're so interesting. You never get a bad video with cemeteries.
Yeah.
But we're attracted to them.
Yeah, I love them. Even before I was doing all this, I would just, want to drive up to old ones and walk around, just read the history of them. And
yeah, that's fun.
I just loved it. So
yeah, watching other people's videos I like, when they go through cemeteries, every cemetery seemed different.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I travel a lot with my work, and I spot these places to where I'll tell Madeleine about it, and we'll set up a trip to go into that area together, just to be able to see an old cemetery.
Or you go alone.
Sometimes I like it when we both do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Robert? I love the American cemeteries. They always look so grand.
Well, I've been to all types of them there. I've been to some really old ones. I've been to some ones that were kind of, I guess, big time ones out of San Francisco, and I had some family buried in there. They were there for a long time, and but I've been to some out in the mountains of California there that are really remote and not even looked after, and I found them really interesting. Actually looking for an older relative that was buried in a place, that nobody's probably really looked after the place in 20 years. So it's quite interesting to be able to go through and kind of a bushy area and stuff, and so you kind of feel like it'd be kind of nice to go in there and clean things up. I wasn't from that area.
No, well, I love all the American ghost hunting shows. They just seem to have the best places, compared to Sydney.
It's not fair.
Yeah, we didn't do a lot. We were there. We've been to some interesting places, but we didn't film our activities.
But you
So,
in America, they can go and into many different types of buildings. Here, it's very difficult.
I know it's all trespassing down here.
I know it's
It's
terrible.
really unfair.
Yeah,
So I know. I think it's unfair because they've got that old hospital, that sanitary. What is it? Waverly Sanitary or something, sanitary, whatever in America, and some really nice old abandoned hospitals. And it's
yeah,
just a paradise for ghost hunters.
I know.
And,
Or
you
even
know,
urban explorers.
yeah. A lot of different groups get to go through those places.
I know, but they're so interesting. And yet the places here are either made into a museum or they have a big fence around them. And you just get fined straight away as soon as you find a little place to sneak in. So it's not worth it.
Well, some
Yeah.
places out there may even be a bit touristy, but still you can get some good activity in places like Tombstone, Arizona, and
Yeah.
that was a fun one to go through, with a really old history. But yeah, you still have access to their cemeteries and stuff and the old buildings, and yeah, there's some fun things.
Yeah, that place Ghost Adventure went to in Tonopah.
Yeah.
That old building they went into. What was that called? It was they had
No, I've been to Tonopah.
a lot of weird activities there.
Tonopah is actually in the middle of the state of Nevada, and it's just north of the area where they do all the military testing, and they have that, what was that called? Area 51 is right there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I
different
think that's
things going on.
where the other teams that we talked to from Battleborn Paranormal, Mock, what was it, Black Collar Project and all of them, they're from that area, Nevada, Las Vegas. And
Yeah.
hello, if you're watching or watch it,
Yeah.
we love your channels and we recommend them. So it's Web 702 and Black Collar Project.
Well, I just watched a recent video with Lisa Urbex or something.
Yeah, Lisa Urbex.
She did one in Nevada. Was in Nevada. Can't remember the name of the cemetery, but that was really cool.
Yeah.
That was a good video. I
We know
like
Nevada
that.
pretty well. We actually got married in Nevada.
Oh, really? I actually see the graves out there and they look so different to ours, like, because it's so dry and they've got all the rocks and made it kind of like, and they've got the little stones showing the perimeter of the grave. Where here, I think the cemeteries are very British looking, with the cross and the little bed head type thing, But no, it was cool seeing all the different, and they've had some pretty good activity at their cemeteries, for sure. Yeah. And I noticed the one, I think Black Collar Project and Web 702 did. It was near an airport. Now there's a cemetery near us that's near an airport, and we have a lot of activity. We've seen shadow people. We've had like a brownie black orb go past us, and this was just on sunset before we even started filming. And if anyone was watching our talk with Mick, that was the cemetery where I locked myself in the car because I could just feel someone watching me and it wasn't pleasant. And Jason skipping through the tombstones, just ignoring my fear. I wondered if the electricity or the activity from the airplanes, the energy from that sort of kind of makes it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more like Jason, where I don't feel any fear going into these places. It's just interesting. So, and I do really enjoy kind of getting close to the headstones and and reading what's there, and it's very interesting to me.
I'm learning not to be such a scaredy cat, and I think I'm getting better at it. But I must admit, I was a bit spooked when I first went, and if I didn't feel welcome, I wanted out of there. So,
have you ever been scratched or horror?
I got scratched. Hopefully that's the last. I've been called names. That's fine. But I've been scratched only recently at Rookwood. Actually, got scratched. I had a voice come through and say hate, and I said, "What do you hate?" And it wouldn't say anything anymore. And I said, "Well, you have to do better than that. I don't know what you hate. Do you hate this place? Do you hate me?" And you tell me to bugger off in the app, And I came home and I felt my arm burning, and there was a nice little scratch.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've had actually. In the other house I was living, I bought these dolls from a lady. I wish I didn't. These dolls, she really wanted to get rid of these dolls, and she looked really relieved when I bought them from her. And I had some stuff going on in that house. My dogs would hide under tables and behind the couch constantly. I couldn't understand why. And then one of my dogs got really sick, and the vet couldn't understand what was wrong with him. And then I finally got rid of the dolls because I had a spirit box session, and a spirit said, "The dolls, get
Oh
rid of."
wow!
Yeah,
They were really creepy. She had a number of them.
yeah.
So they were warning you about these dolls.
Yeah. So I got rid of the dolls, and the dogs, they were fine. They didn't hide anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I'm not keen on dolls. I don't like mannequins. I don't like dolls.
Yeah. But
None of
You
that
only,
stuff.
only have one now, right?
I don't have any. I don't have any really bad
Not
dolls.
the old creepy ones.
No, but another paranormal investigator, I won't say his name, but he was really upset because I got rid of the dolls. He said, "Oh, you should have given them to me." And I'm like, "No, you have kids. You shouldn't have those things in your house, And some people, they really want that kind of stuff, They want demonic stuff, evil stuff.
Yeah.
Don't understand that.
No, neither. And if they want them, power to them. They just don't call me if they want me to get rid of them. But
Yeah.
yeah, some people really fascinated by Dybbuk boxes and things like that. Me, I'm just an average ghost hunter. I like Caspar. Don't like to deal too much with the evil side of it.
Yeah.
Well, he really liked that Ernest Junction tunnel also, and I was a bit relieved when we did finally visit there that they've done a bit of work on the place. They painted over a lot of the demonic symbols that were throughout the tunnel and things like that.
There was still one upside down
Yeah.
cross, but
The whole place was supposed to have been, kind of like a central area for that type of activity, with people in that area with devil worship, and
yeah,
a lot of weird things probably happened there.
No, thanks.
Yeah, that's definitely the eeriest place we've been to. Yeah, but we're not really. That's not really our objective.
we're too old for that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
we just want to do the research and have the nice things, the nice contact.
Yeah, yeah.
But Julie, I could tell you how to get over that fear. What I did as a kid, I used to be a cliff diver. I used to jump off bridges, and you get over the fear barrier after a while.
Okay. I thought you were going to be funny and do something like Jason would suggest, just chain me to a tombstone and leave me there for a couple of hours.
Yeah, there's a few ways to deal with it. You got some of the proper pool facilities. You can start on the 1 meter, go to the 3 meter, and start going up onto the towers. And
yeah, I'd like to see you do it now.
I'd be a splash diver now.
Oh, Well, it's certainly been a joy talking.
Yeah.
I know you're on your little phone, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes,
it was
your arm must be
really
getting
nice when you're on the
sore.
computer.
I just want to
I
say
have.
thank you so much for coming on. We're
Thank
going
you
to
for
put
having
your
us.
no pleasure's all ours. I'm going to put the link of your channel after this show underneath in the comments. So if anyone wants to have the link to look up Ghostly Whispers Paranormal, and also put the link on Jason Ghost Hunter Facebook page. So if you look on that, there will also be a link on how to get to her channel and have a look at Robert and Madeleine's content and work. And I recommend that you guys do, because there's some really fascinating videos on there. And we love your work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well,
Oh, it's been great having a
you
chat.
guys stay right there. I'll end the live. So you guys stay right there, and I'd like to thank everybody for joining. And as I say, like both channels, subscribe to them, comment on the videos, do all that, guys, and stay tuned for next week for our next special guest. So everybody have a great day and talk soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.